Senator Ataullahjan. I thank you for joining us today, and I thank you, Dr. Kilgore, for both of your presentations. As senators on this committee will know, I've actually spent my life working to see the end of forced and coerced sterilization of Indigenous women. And I see many parallels between people who are forced into giving up their organs and women being sterilized. Both are horrific practices that must be stopped once and for all. And I applaud the work that Senator Ataullahjan has done up to this point on this file. When the committee examined Bill S-204's predecessor, Bill 240, S-240, during the 42nd Parliament, the committee amended the bill to add a provision that expanded on and defined informed consent, which is an issue that is outstanding in both areas that we're talking about. In my opinion, this amendment made the bill stronger, and I was disappointed to see it removed by the Other Places Committee. Can you explain to this committee why informed consent is not in this new version of the bill? And perhaps you can also expand a bit on why the House committee removed it the last time around.
Thank you, Senator Boyer.
Senator Ataullahjan.
Thank you, Senator Boyer. Thank you, Senator Bernard. Yes, we did have informed consent in there, and it was removed. Informed consent means that the patient has to understand and agree to the nature, risk, and the consequences of the medical procedure. The addition of a definition for informed consent proved to be problematic when the other side looked at it, as the term informed consent is already defined in provincial and territorial health law. So in order to avoid statutory interpretation issues and ensure clarity and consistency in the criminal code, the definition was removed. They felt that it already exists, and if we put it in this bill, it might lead to confusion. So that's what happened on the other side. We did have it, and again, I go back to the desire to have some sort of legislation in place. Let's do something. We're really lagging behind. And if you hear of cases like in Kosovo a few years ago, when they raided, a clinic that was doing organ, transplants, there was Canadian there too. So we know Canadians are traveling. And when we talked about the numbers in hospitals, Senator Boyer, those are the ones that the hospitals are reporting. And there are many cases where patients, after they've had transplants abroad, come back and they have all these medical issues, health issues, and they do go to their own physicians. Some of them might need to go to the hospital, some might not. So it's the desire. Let's get something done. This is a building block. For me, this is a building block. 12 years in the making. Let's put this there. And then anyone, we can build on it. So that's what happened with informed consent. And I can understand that if it's going to lead to confusion, okay, then let's take it out if it's already there.
Thank you, Senator. Perhaps we can look at an amendment at some point. And I want to also add that capacity is a requirement of informed consent as well. I just have a supplementary. Is that all right, Madam Chair?
You have 1 minute and 25 seconds left.
Okay, great. So we're well aware of how traffickers of human organs target the most vulnerable to steal their organs. And in most countries in the world, Indigenous populations often fall into the vulnerable category due to colonial violence. Now, I'm wondering if you know of organizations that have looked specifically into this aspect of practice on Indigenous populations.
Senator Boyer.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes, David. Yes, David, please go ahead.
Well, I can't, just a second.
So you were unmuted and now you've muted yourself, Mr. Kilgore. Are you able? Okay,
No,
there you are.
The Uyghurs are an indigenous people who've lived for thousands of years in East Turkestan, now Xinjiang, and many of them have made that exact point that the evidence is overwhelming. They've all been tested. only the Muslim Uyghur population in Xinjiang has been
Madam
been
Chair,
tested.
Madam Chair, I'm sorry to interrupt. Could Mr. Kilgour put his camera on, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I turned the camera on. Oh dear, you can see I need someone to show me what to do. On, yes, okay. Now is it on? Yes, okay. The indigenous people of East Turkestan are the Uyghurs and other groups too, but primarily the Uyghurs. And all of them, we've been told by expert witnesses, have been tested, blood tested. And they're not being blood tested because anybody in the government of China cares about their health. They're being blood tested because they'll be good for donors of organs. And so I think that's the indigenous connection is very, very real in this issue as well.
Thank you.